force-fed through television, through the media and all that, that these gutter rats, these so-called Jews, have suffered so much that we should never forget. Yet they still brought those so-called war criminals to justice. Mm-hmm. You know, during the Nuremberg trials and wherever they found them at in South America, wherever they were hiding at, and they brought them to justice. And you're still hearing about that. Germany's still paying recompense, you know, or compensation, you know, to reparations to Israel, you know. But here it is, almost 2013, and the so-called Negroes and the so-called Native American Indians and that were slaughtered in this land, they haven't received no reparations. Why is that? Because the Most High said that no man shall save you. You're not going to receive any consolation in this land.
Right.
You know why? Because the consolation is going to come from what? When the Lord delivers us, brings us back to the land of Israel, builds our kingdom back up, and then that's when the slaves are going to come, and that's when the recompense of our enemies is going to happen. When we get back to our land, not any time before that. Because every other nation that was ever done wrong, and especially here in the so-called Americas, was paid back. They were repaired. The Japanese during the time of World War II were incarcerated for what, 2.5 years, if I'm not mistaken, and each family afterwards received either $10,000 or $20,000 per family as a retribution.
Mm-hmm.
The water, brother.
Yep.
As a retribution. But yet the people that suffered the slavery, the Israelites, they haven't received any recompense yet. You know,
the only recompense you received is more rats, roaches.
Yep.
More taxes.
Yep.
That's the recompense they gave you.
That's right.
All right, but it says, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Yep.
Like today, they call it so-called Thanksgiving Day, right?
Good. How can I forget
Turkey
that?
Day, right? Now it said you dealt treacherously, and they didn't deal treacherously with you, because when you came over here, you had your scouts, you had Christopher, which he ain't really come to the Americas, North America. Excuse me.
Christopher Devil Columbus.
The devil, yes, Christopher Devil Columbus. When they came to the Isles and everything, they scoped out the land, and basically what was in their mind was we gonna take over the land. And what they did is what they started giving them diseases.
Yep.
You know, they're saying, okay, thank you for showing us how to fish, how to hunt. You know, we're gonna reward you with these blankets, and the blankets had all kind of diseases.
Yep.
You know, smallpox, measles, all kind of stuff, malaria.
Yep.
Because you devils, you so-called white people, and you look down, you call them savages and Indians. Before you got here, they wasn't getting sick. They didn't have all them diseases. You brought them diseases with your nasty ass from Europe, man.
Yep.
All right? But now that...
Which plays true to the prophecy.
Which plays true to the prophecy. That's how you know that the other tribes were here. That those were Israelites, because they came and conquered. That's well-known facts. That's history. You even got people waking up to that today. You got people even speaking on, you know, well, yeah, Thanksgiving, you know, is ironic because Thanksgiving is a day when they, you know, slaughtered the North American Indians.
Yep.
You know, there's all kind of different breakdowns. The turkey represents the Indian, and you know the
cranberry sauce represents
cranberry is blood.
Yep.
And then you know the football game represents the Indian head. They used to kick it around like a soccer ball.
Yep.
So people are speaking on that more because it's truth. You so-called white people, you did that, and you know you did it, and you haven't paid for it.
Yep.
Nor have you gave any retributions or nothing. Don't talk to me about no goddamn reservation concentration camp, man.
Yep.
All right?
Because those reservation camps are nothing but ghettos.
Ghettos, man. The same thing as the ghettos, man.
A fancy way of saying ghettos.
That's all it is.
You know, when you go there, them so-called Indians living on those lands, which are Gadites, you know, and there's some Reubenites there, but those people living in those lands, they're dirt poor.
Yeah.
You know, they're the bottom of the barrel. You know, they're the scrapings on the bottom of the barrel. You know, you go there, you have nothing but a bunch of drunks. You know, they didn't pretty much they done gave up on life because of the way shit is. You know, and you fucking white people, you got a nerve to talk shit, you know, because you say that these people, you know, they're just looking for an excuse. Motherfucker, you took their land. What you mean they looking for an excuse? You took their fucking land. You put them on fucking concentration camps that you call reservation camps. They're catching hell out there. no, in dirt poverty, living in basically in shacks that are falling apart, but yet they're looking for an excuse. What more fucking of an excuse do you need? That's why you devils are gonna go down, man. You got something, brother?
Done. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. It says, "Thus saith the Lord my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty."
Right, you so-called white people, you slayed the flock of the Lord, and you hold yourself not guilty. To this very day, you don't hold yourself guilty, you know, because if you held yourself guilty, say, you know what, for what my forefathers did, I'm just gonna go into slavery. I'm gonna give my body over, you know, as a sacrifice for the things that my forefathers did. Because really, when you really get into it, technically, you are your forefathers.
That's right.
You know, you just coming back later on in different generations, but you are the same spirits that were back then. Because the spirit cannot be destroyed. You know, the flesh gets destroyed, but the spirit doesn't get destroyed. Your spirit, every time a person dies, their spirit goes back to the Most High. They get judged, and then they come back down on the earth to play out the judgment that the Most High gave them. You know? You got something, brother? Something else?
Yep. It says, "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich."
Right. So basically, you so-called white people, you got rich off of slavery.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you fucking devils today, you got a nerve because, you know, here it is, you know, you may have a good job or you may have a business that you built up in this country, but when you go back and you trace back your history and you trace back your forefathers, they go back to slave owners. Most of them go back to slave owners. And if they didn't go back to slave owners, they went back to those devils that were killing our people back in the days.
Right.
You know, but then today, because you're prospering and your family made a name for themselves, so to speak, and they started making money, now all of a sudden you feel like you're a legit righteous person, you know, that you don't you don't steal from anybody, you don't do this to anybody. Motherfucker, you got everything.
You got everything.
You don't gotta steal from nobody.
Exactly. And then you got you other fuckers, you know, you sit out there like like you're an abolitionist.
Yeah.
We were helping. No, fuck, you wasn't helping no slaves, man.
Yep.
You were helping keeping them as slaves. All right? And you got this clown, Alex Jones, which he's a Native American Indian,
he's a Gaddite.
stupid ass clown.
Yep.
You are a clown, Alex Jones. You're a fucking clown, man.
Straight up.
All right? You know the white man is the devil.
Yep.
You look like the white man, so you all confused. You don't know where the fuck you fit in at.
Yep.
All right? But the Most High is going to destroy you because you will sell out anyway, man. Everything you speaking about, you ain't about that, man.
That's right. Hey, your son might be saved.
Yeah.
Because your son, he know the scriptures, man. You
That's
know?
right.
And the Lord might deliver him. You know, but you, man, you a sellout, man. You a straight up sellout, man.
Because you supposed to be teaching them that they Israelites, man.
Yep.
Because if you a Native American Indian, like you said, on your father's side, then that makes you an Israelite, you fucking dummy, you stupid ass, fucking dumb. Basically, you're full of yourself, man.
Get your head out your ass, Alex Jones.
But the Most High is going to cut you down and right along with all them other dumb, stupid ass motherfuckers that follow you, man. Because you ain't teaching the truth, man.
Yep. You know, you nothing but a bought and paid for anyway.
That's right.
So
Now,
you got something else? Bring it out. Bring it out.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. It says, "My people have been lost sheep."
Right. Then that's Israel. My people have been lost sheep. Who's more lost than Israel?
Yeah.
You know, these so-called Native American Indians, they think that they're the Great Spirit, you know,
Yeah.
and all this other stuff. The God of the eagle, you know,
Right.
and the eagle feather and the hawk feather and you know, and the rain dance. They thinking all that shit is the Most High. You know, but even though they know within themselves that there's one power, they don't know who that power is, and they're worshiping other stuff which they really don't understand.
Right.
You know, but they're still Israelites.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then you got these other guys sitting up there, you keeping them lost too, because here it is, you got the real men of the Lord,
Yep.
all right, such as us and the other brothers from the Elder Tahar and all the other brothers that's teaching the same exact thing, in sincerity and truth, all the brothers in the GMS camps. Then you got clowns sitting up there trying to go against or put out another doctrine,
Yep.
which is a false doctrine, against what we're saying. And here it is, we're gathering Israel back the right way through the scriptures. But then you got you guys sitting up there saying, oh, you're not an Israelite. The Native American Indians ain't Israelites.
Well, first of all,
Puerto
who the
Rican-
fuck are you to say who's an Israelite
Yeah.
and who's not an Israelite? Hold that right. Give
Okay.
me Hosea. Hosea, I think it's the 5th chapter. who the fuck are you to say who's an Israelite and who's not? You people, you dudes out there, man, y'all got some
Full of
serious
themselves,
problems, man.
Yeah.
And the Most High gonna get rid of every last one of you devils, man. You know, Hosea 5 and 3.
That's right. Hosea chapter 5, verse 3. I know Ephraim, and Israel is not hid from me.
The Most High said He knows Ephraim and Israel's not hid from Him. The Most High knows who Israel is. You know, that's why when you go up into the book of Matthew, the 13th chapter, when it speaks about the wheat and the tares,
Yeah.
when the servant said, "Look, shall we go and get rid of the wheat from the tare," or whatever the case was, they said, "No, just let them grow together until the harvest." You know, at least you get rid of the wheat, thinking it's the tare, basically, in so many words. Why did He say that? Because you may have something that looks like a tare, but it's an Israelite. And then you may have something that looks like
like
a
an
wheat,
Israelite, yeah.
but is a tare.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't go by looks. You can't go by what the person looks like. And that scripture right there, Matthew the 13th chapter, that cuts you devils to the heart.
Yep.
You know, because not every Israelite is going to come in looking like a straight up black man with a wide nose, an afro, you know, dark skin. They're not all going to come in like that.
That's right.
Why? Because not every Israelite is the same. The Lord has a variety. The Most High mixed Israel among the nations. And when He mixed Israel among the nations, they dealt with the women of the other nations. So you're going to have some Israelites that look like straight up white boys with blue eyes and blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have some Edomites that look like straight up Negroes with dark, super dark skin, charcoal dark skin, afros and all that, but they're Edomites. So the
That's
Most High is going to do the separation. He knows who's who. But now, let's go back. Let's go back to the info.
Right.
Because the sun's going down, so we're trying to get as much information out as we can before we split.
Con. Now, back
Start
to
right
the
here.
information. It
This
said,
is what we were reading in the last lesson that we did.
right, con. It says, now it's going back, right? It says, the following year, 2 more Spanish slavers, Pedro de Cuejo and Francisco Gordillo, set up the Atlantic coast of North America to what is not to what is now South Carolina. They traded peacefully with the Catawba, and then they forcibly abducted about 60 men and women after enticing them aboard the ships with trinkets.
Right, so basically what was that? That they put them in slavery. Go ahead.
And
On
right,
ships.
on ships.
On ships. Go ahead. And now these documents are sparse. There's a little here, a little there, but it's all being put together. Why? Because these are Israelites. Go ahead.
And that's the so-called white man's nature. He talks about, children being abducted and putting out Amber Alerts and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, that's what they did to these Indians right here, man. They abducted them.
That's right.
Forced them as slaves. It says about half of the captives died at sea, and the rest were taken to Santo Domingo as slaves. The Spanish justified their actions by claiming that the Indians were cannibals and sodomites, and thus slavery and warfare against them were justified.
You lied. You're
Basically.
a fucking liar. Now you came over here with the Bible. The Bible says that thou shalt not swear falsely. You shall not lie, right?
Yep.
But you lied. You lied because you wanted to justify the reason why you put these people. You didn't know why you were so demonic and so hateful towards our people back then. But the Spirit of the Lord compelled you to do that. Why? Because it was part of the punishment the Lord had for our people. Go ahead.
Not all Europeans supported the ideal of slavery in general, nor of African of American Indians in particular.
Right, and that is true. You had some of them that wasn't with it. You know what? But the majority of them were for it. Go ahead.
In 1537, Pope Paul III issued a papal bull, a declaration, Sublimis Deus, in which he declared that Indians were not to be enslaved, nor were they to be deprived of their liberty or the possession of their property, even though they be outside of the faith of Jesus Christ.
Just said, yeah.
The Spanish king, however, disagreed with the bull and confiscated all copies of the bull before it could reach the Americas. He then prevailed upon the Pope to revoke the bull.
And then who's going to win? In a society, the king is going to win. So basically, he revoked that papal bull. You know, what your papal bull is basically a decree or order that was given by the Roman Catholic Church through the Pope